Welcome to the deep dive. Today, you've brought us into a really fascinating area, automated futures trading. Specifically, we're going to zoom in on a platform called Profit Plus.
That's right.
You shared some, well, pretty compelling info about this tech, and our goal here is to kind of get past the hype and really understand what it means for someone, navigating the futures market.
Exactly. We've got an article that digs into how this automated trading works and, importantly, highlights Profit Plus its features, its potential impact. The aim is really to give everyone a clear picture,
Mm.
the nuts and bolts, the pros, the cons,
Right.
and ultimately help decide if this is something worth exploring further.
Okay, great. Let's jump right in then. So, just to make sure we're all on the same page, when we say futures trading, what are we actually talking about? Like the core idea.
Right. So at its heart, futures trading is about contracts.
Mm.
Basically, an agreement to buy or sell a specific asset. Could be oil, could be corn, could be stock indexes at a set price on a future date.
Uh-huh.
The whole game is trying to profit by predicting correctly which way the price of that asset will move.
Got it. So, making an educated guess about future prices. Now, how does that change the picture? Because it sounds like something that would normally need a lot of, hands-on managing.
Oh, absolutely. Traditionally, yeah, you'd be glued to the screen, watching markets, placing trades manually. Automation brings in algorithms. Think of them as sophisticated computer programs or bots.
Thoughts. Right.
Yeah, they're programmed with specific rules, preset criteria, and they execute trades automatically based on those rules. So once you set it up, it can run without you needing to constantly intervene.
So, like, if this happens, then do that kind of rules.
Exactly, but often much more complex.
Yeah.
For instance, if the price of crude oil goes up by, say, 2%, and D, the trading volume hits a certain level, then automatically buy X number of contracts.
Yeah.
That's a simplified version, of course.
Okay, that makes sense. It definitely sounds like a big shift. What are the main advantages then of using systems like this?
Well, the article really stresses speed and efficiency. These algorithms can react to market shifts in like fractions of a second, much, much faster than any person.
Wow.
And they can run 24/7, right? Global markets don't sleep, and neither do these bots, theoretically.
Right.
So you don't miss potential opportunities just because you're, well, sleeping or working.
Right, that 24/7 aspect is huge. Okay, so we get the basics. Futures are about price predictions. Automation uses algorithms for speed and constant operation. Now, Profit Plus. The info suggests it's a pretty big deal in this space.
Yeah, it seems to be. What's interesting, according to the article, is its appeal to both newcomers and seasoned traders.
Oh, really? That's quite a balancing act.
It is. It suggests they've managed to build something powerful but still, accessible, kind of hitting a sweet spot.
Okay. So what are the key features then? What's under the hood making Profit Plus so attractive?
So the article points to a few things. First, these advanced algorithms. They're not just simple rule followers. They're described as analyzing current market data to actually predict future trends.
Predict. How?
Well, by crunching historical price data, looking at market volatility, and even factoring in things like market sentiment.
Market sentiment, like how people are feeling about the market.
Exactly. The system might scan news headlines, social media, trading volumes, that kind of stuff, to gauge if the overall mood is optimistic, bullish, or pessimistic, bearish. And it feeds that into its decisions. The idea is to give users more confidence in the system's analysis.
Okay, predictive algorithms using sentiment analysis. That's definitely more sophisticated than just simple charting. What else?
Another big one is built-in risk management. This is crucial. Profit Plus offers tools like stop losses.
Right, to limit losses.
Exactly. If a trade goes against you by a certain amount, it automatically closes it. And also things like trailing stops, which lock in profits as a trade moves in your favor. These are designed to minimize downside and, importantly, take the emotion out of it.
Yes, the emotional trading trap. That automation sounds really valuable there. What about keeping up with global markets? You mentioned the 247 aspect.
Yeah, so Profit Plus offers 247 market monitoring. Since futures markets are global, big moves can happen anytime. The platform watches these markets constantly, looking for opportunities based on its rules, even across different time zones.
Mm-hmm.
The article specifically notes this is great for people with, busy lives who can't watch screens all day.
It's like having a tireless trading assistant. You also mentioned it's adaptable for different experience levels. How does that work?
Yeah, that seems key to its broad appeal. It lets users customize settings. Beginners and pros alike can adjust things like their risk tolerance, how much they're willing to potentially lose,
Okay.
their trading style, their market outlook. So you can be more hands-on, tweaking parameters, or more hands-off, relying more on the default settings. It kind of grows with you.
That makes sense. Design it so it can adapt as you learn more. Now, features sound good on paper, but what about the real world? Did the article give any user examples?
It did, yeah. A couple of the perspectives. There was John, described as an experienced trader. He apparently found consistent gains using Profit Plus. Okay. And he specifically credited it with removing the emotional decision-making, relying purely on logic and data. He felt that gave him more stability.
That's strong feedback from someone who knows the ropes. What about a newbie?
There was also Sarah, who was newer to trading. She found Profit Plus intuitive and helpful for getting started. She mentioned the risk management features specifically gave her the confidence to actually make those first trades without being totally terrified of huge losses.
Interesting. So positive experiences from both ends of the spectrum. But like anything, there must be downsides or risks, right? The article touched on those.
Absolutely, and it's crucial to be aware of them. Automated trading isn't foolproof. The article mentions potential technical glitches, software bugs, internet connection issues that could mess things up.
Right, tech failures.
And also unforeseen market events, those black swan moments, huge unexpected crises or shifts that algorithms, which rely on historical patterns, just might not be programmed to handle. That could lead to significant losses.
Because they can't predict something truly unprecedented.
Makes sense. What about the human element? Just trusting a machine with your money.
That's another big point. Some people just aren't comfortable relinquishing that much control. There's a psychological hurdle, you know? Handing over decisions to an algorithm, even a sophisticated one, can feel uneasy. It takes trust and time to adapt to that.
Yeah, I can see that. It's a definite shift from making every call yourself to just setting the boundaries and letting it run.
Yeah.
So, looking forward, where does this tech go? What's next for platforms like Profit Plus?
Well, thinking about broader tech trends, the potential seems pretty significant. The article mentions expected progress in AI, machine learning, big data analytics. As those fields advance, we'll likely see even smarter, more adaptive trading algorithms, ones that might handle a wider range of market weirdness and make even more subtle decisions.
So automation is probably only going to become more embedded in finance. Okay, let's wrap up our deep dive. What's the main takeaway for someone thinking about automated futures trading, maybe looking at Profit Plus? I think the key takeaway is that automated trading, with platforms like Profit Plus really pushing things forward, represents a major shift in how trading strategies work. It offers potential gains in efficiency, data-driven decisions, and that 247 market access, which is a big deal in the fast-paced futures world.
A really significant evolution then. Okay, that covers it really well. And now, just a final thought for everyone listening. Considering everything we've discussed today, these predictive algorithms, the automated risk controls what parts of old-school manual trading do you think might become, well, obsolete? And conversely, what human skills or insights will likely always be essential, even as finance gets more automated? Definitely something to chew on as this technology keeps racing ahead. Thanks for joining me.